Ever wondered what really sets a credit card apart from a debit card? I mean, they're both rectangular pieces of plastic that let you buy things, right? Well, not exactly. One builds credit, the other draws from your bank. But there's way more you should know than just that. In this video, we'll break it down step by step, so you can finally understand which one to use, when, and why. Stick around until the end, because I'm going to give you some of my personal tips on how to use both cards to your advantage. Alright, let's start with the absolute basics. What exactly a debit card? Think of it like this. Your debit card is directly connected to your checking account. That means when you swipe your card, you're spending your own money, the money you have available right now in your account. Pretty straightforward, right? Now, credit cards are a little different. With a credit card, you're actually borrowing money from the bank to make a purchase. It's like a short-term loan that you have to pay back later. Don't worry, we'll get into the details of how that works in a bit. The key difference here is that a debit card uses existing funds, while a credit card gives you access to a line of credit that you have to repay. This fundamental difference is what leads to all the other pros and cons we're about to cover. Now let's dive into the good stuff, the pros and cons of each card. We'll start with credit cards. One of the biggest advantages of using a credit card is that it helps you build your credit score. A good credit score is crucial for getting loans, renting an apartment, and even landing certain jobs. So using a credit card responsibly and paying your bills on time can really boost your financial health in the long run. Another perk of credit cards is the rewards and cashback programs they offer. Seriously, some of these cards give you amazing perks like travel points, cashback on purchases, or discounts at your favorite stores. It's like getting paid to spend money. Who doesn't love that? And let's not forget about fraud protection. Credit cards offer much better protection against unauthorized charges than debit cards. If your credit card gets lost or stolen, you're typically only liable for a small amount of fraudulent charges and sometimes even nothing at all. Plus, having a credit card can be a lifesaver in emergencies. Imagine your car breaks down or you have an unexpected medical bill. A credit card can give you the flexibility to cover those expenses even if you don't have the cash on hand right now. But of course, there are some downsides to credit cards too. The biggest one? The risk of debt. If you're not careful with your spending and don't pay off your balance in full each month, those interest charges can really add up. Trust me, I've been there and it's not fun. Another downside is the interest rates themselves. Credit card interest rates can be incredibly high, especially if you have a lower credit score. That means if you carry a balance, you'll end up paying back way more than you originally borrowed. And if you're constantly missing payments or maxing out your credit cards, it can actually hurt your credit score, the exact opposite of what you want. So it's crucial to use credit cards responsibly and strategically. Now let's switch gears and talk about the pros and cons of debit cards. The biggest advantage of a debit card is that you're spending your own money. That means no debt, no interest charges, and no risk of getting in over your head. Debit cards are also great for budgeting because you can only spend what you have in your account. It's a good way to stay on track and avoid overspending. However, debit cards don't offer the same level of protection as credit cards. If your debit card is lost or stolen and someone makes unauthorized purchases, it can be much harder to get your money back. Plus, debit cards don't help you build your credit score. Since you're not borrowing any money, the credit bureaus don't see your debit card activity as a measure of your credit worthiness. Okay, so now that we've covered the pros and cons, you might be wondering, when should you use a credit card and when is a debit card the better choice? Let's break it down with some real-life examples. One of the best times to use a credit card is when you want to build your credit history. Remember, a good credit score is like gold in the financial world. So if you're just starting out or trying to improve your score, using a credit card for small purchases and paying it off in full each month is a smart move. Credit cards are also fantastic for earning travel points or cashback. If you're a frequent flyer or love to shop online, there are some incredible credit card rewards programs out there that can save you a ton of money. I'm talking free flights, hotel stays, and even cashback on your everyday purchases. Another great time to use a credit card is for large purchases, especially if you want that extra layer of protection. Let's say you're buying a new computer or booking a vacation. Using a credit card can give you peace of mind knowing that you have some recourse if something goes wrong with the purchase. Now, let's talk about when a debit card might be the better option. Debit cards are perfect for everyday purchases like groceries, gas, and those daily coffees. Since you're spending your own money, there's no risk of overspending or racking up interest charges. If you're on a tight budget or trying to avoid debt, sticking to a debit card can be a smart move. It forces you to live within your means and prevents you from spending money you don't have. And let's be honest, sometimes it's just easier to use a debit card. Not every store accepts credit cards, and sometimes you just want a quick and easy transaction without having to worry about credit card fees or interest charges. Chapter 4. Tips for using both wisely. Now here's the thing. You don't have to choose just one. You can actually use both credit cards and debit cards to your advantage. It's all about being smart and strategic with your spending. One of the most important tips I can give you is to always, and I mean, pay your credit card balance in full and on time. This is crucial for avoiding interest charges and building a positive credit history. Set up automatic payments or reminders so you never miss a due date. Another essential tip is to set spending limits and alerts for both your credit and debit cards. This will help you track your spending, avoid overdraft fees, and stay on top of your budget. Most banks and credit card companies offer these features for free, so take advantage of them. If you're serious about budgeting, consider linking your debit card to a budgeting app. These apps can track your spending, categorize your transactions, and even help you set savings goals. It's like having a personal finance assistant right in your pocket. And here's a big one. Never use your credit card for emotional purchases. We've all been there. You're feeling down, you see something you want, and suddenly you're swiping your card without thinking. Trust me, those impulse buys can really come back to bite you. If you're not sure about a purchase, wait 24 hours before buying it. Chances are, you'll realize you didn't need it anyway. Finally, take advantage of those credit card rewards. If you're using a credit card for everyday purchases, make sure you're earning those travel points, cashback, or other perks. It's like getting free money just for spending responsibly. So there you have it. Debit or credit. Now you know the difference and how to use both responsibly to your advantage. Remember, the smartest investors don't just grow money, they manage it wisely. If this video helped you finally understand the difference between credit cards and debit cards, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more personal finance tips and tricks. And let me know in the comments down below, are you team credit or team debit? Let's hear your take, and don't forget to download your free Smart Money Toolkit at InvesYou.com. It's packed with resources to help you take control of your finances. Now before you go, check out our next video, How to Build Credit from Scratch Step by Step. It's the perfect follow-up to this one and will help you establish a solid credit history. Please hit the subscribe button and watch the next video, How to Build Credit from Scratch Step by Step with InvesYou. Thanks for watching. Look, so many people get confused about credit cards versus debit cards, and hopefully this cleared things up for you. Remember, building good financial habits is crucial, and understanding how these cards work is a huge step in the right direction. If you're just starting out, I recommend checking out my video on budgeting. It's a game changer, and as always, make sure to do your own research and consult with a financial advisor if you need personalized advice. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.